Have you ever felt like the harder you try, the further you drift away from who you really are? Have you ever thought that letting go means you've failed? What if I told you that one of the most powerful women in the world once let go of a path everyone praised just to pursue what made her feel truly alive? Today, I invite you to dive deep into the story of Michelle Obama, the woman who walked away from the Harvard dream to chase something far more meaningful, her own happiness. Michelle Obama, born Michelle LaVaughn Robinson, grew up in a working-class family in South Side, Chicago. From a young age, she was a top student, disciplined, driven, and determined. A model child any parent would be proud of. Her outstanding grades and fierce determination earned her a spot at Princeton University, followed by Harvard Law School, two of the most prestigious universities in America. After graduation, Michelle landed a job at Sidley & Austin, a leading law firm in Chicago. High salary, prestigious title, luxury office. Everything society tells us defines success. She had it all. And yet, every morning as she rode the elevator to her office, she felt empty. She wasn't happy. She didn't feel free. And most painfully, she felt she was losing herself. One day during a corporate meeting, Michelle looked around at the perfectly polished lawyers discussing contracts and corporate deals. She realized she was in a room full of people who cared deeply about things that didn't move her heart. She, the girl who once dreamed of helping underserved communities, now spent her days reviewing legal documents that meant nothing to her. So she did something radical. She quit. She walked away from a high-paying, high-status law firm, and she accepted a job that paid significantly less, working for the mayor's office in Chicago, focusing on community outreach and public service. Michelle once said, "I realized I was living the dream that others thought was ideal, but that didn't mean it was the life I wanted." Letting go was not easy. It came with haunting questions like, am I disappointing my parents? Am I wasting my Harvard degree? What will people think of me? But Michelle chose to silence the noise and follow the voice within. Michelle's decision didn't lead to her downfall. It became the turning point of her life. At the mayor's office, she finally found fulfillment. She worked on education programs, community projects, and initiatives that actually made a difference. It was during this time that she met Barack Obama, then a law student interning at her office. They connected deeply through shared values and visions. As he ventured into politics, Michelle stood firmly beside him, not just as a supportive wife, but as a woman with her own voice and mission. And eventually, she became the first African-American First Lady in U.S. history. But what mattered most was, she never lost herself in the spotlight. Michelle used her platform to empower communities, advocate for girls' education, promote healthy lifestyles, and inspire youth to believe in themselves. She once said, "Letting go isn't always the end. Sometimes it's the start of becoming who you really are." Michelle Obama's story teaches us, letting go of a path that doesn't align with your soul is not weakness, it's bravery. Letting go of things that no longer reflect your true self is a deep act of self-love. And most importantly, real success isn't about where you are. It's about whether you're living your truth. We live in a world that praises resilience, hustle, and endurance, but rarely do we hear about the strength it takes to walk away. Sometimes you need to say goodbye to the job that no longer inspires you, to the relationship that no longer nurtures you, to the version of yourself that was built only to please others, so that you can finally start living for you. Dear listener, if you're standing at a crossroads today, feeling confused, tired, and scared of letting go, remember Michelle's story and ask yourself, what truly moves my heart? Am I living someone else's dream? And if the answer is, I want to live as who I truly am, then maybe, just maybe, it's time to let go and begin again on your own terms. Thank you for being here. If this episode touched your heart, Leave a comment, subscribe, or share it with someone who might need to hear it today. Until next time, I'm your storyteller, and you are never alone on this journey of becoming.